Alright, are we live once again? Let's see. We are officially live. Alright, beautiful. And I guess, as always, I will do my intro here. So, hello everybody, my name is the Maroq, and welcome back to some more Plants vs. Zombies. So, last week I played this game, and to my surprise, you know, it did pretty well, I would say. So I'm going to continue doing this game once again. This time, I'm gonna go through the rest of the night section, and hopefully get through all of the pool section in this stream. And I wanted to stream this today because tomorrow I'm probably not going to be able to anyway, because there's gonna be stuff going on. But yeah, I'm streaming it now. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say, honestly. I feel like I have a lot of things to mention, but I don't know. So, but we're gonna go ahead and play this game again, and hopefully get through this. And, yeah. We'll start. Actually, before we start, though, I should mention, I looked at the almanac earlier, just to be sure, because, I don't know. I saw that we have a new zombie on the loose, and his name is Football Zombie. So, that's a new zombie we gotta worry about, apparently. And we also have the Hypnosis Room. I should have checked that. Right there. So, we got a new plant and a new zombie, so... but yeah, we'll give level 2-6 a try, I guess. Here we go. I'm a little nervous, I don't know why. I'm feeling nervous all of a sudden. But yeah, this is gonna be interesting, because we got some more zombies to deal with. And, yeah, let's just choose our plants then, I guess. But yeah, I guess on the way, I'll just chat away and mention some things and kind of explain what's going on, I guess. So, let's start. Let's get this going. Hopefully everything is good on the stream, by the way. But yeah, anyway. It just feels weird getting back to this game again. It's been a minute. But a lot has changed since, I last streamed this game, I feel like.
The zombies are coming.
Not exactly. Honestly, some very crazy stuff happened over the week, and, man, it was very interesting. But yeah, earlier I was talking about, FNAF, as you all know. And, I don't know. I mentioned that, I might end up doing, because I should go without mentioning, for, like, FNAF. Oh yeah, also hello to the people in chat. Thank you, by the way, for, mentioning. But yeah, anyway, so, as you guys know, I have gone through the FNAF series, but what I never ended up doing for whatever reason was that I did actually go through some of the games, and, I did, I can't think. So, I played FNAF 3, the good ending, and all that stuff. Man, I can't think. My brain's, like, exploding all of a sudden, I don't know why, but yeah. Basically, what I'm saying is, I do have a video for, all the FNAF, stuff I did earlier. Because originally, like, when I was playing FNAF 3, not just that, but FNAF 1 and all that stuff, I never ended up making them videos, basically. Originally, I was gonna do FNAF 3 good ending as a video, but I never ended up doing it. Same for FNAF Sister Location, and, the fake ending, that is. And I just recently remembered that. I'm like, wait a second. So, for a while I've thought about, like, making it, a video of its own or something like that. Hello to the people in chat, as well, for the other people. Oh god, oh, I just realized we have a football zombie. And we used our Hypnosis Room. But yeah, so, Doki Doki Literature Club as your next vid. Yes, I'm not saying yes to it being the next video, but I did say I have thought about it. Ironically enough, a few weeks ago, I was looking around on Steam, And, originally, like, when I saw it, I was like, you know, imagine if I made this a video. And maybe eventually, like, if you guys suggest it, maybe I'll do more, maybe I'll do it, but I have thought about it, actually. But yes, as you suggested, I'm not exactly sure if it'll be my next video yet. I already have a video planned next after this, which might come out, Tuesday, potentially. It'll be a collab video, potentially. But right now, I mean, I'm working on it right now. But I also should go without mentioning, I'm actively working on doing the FNAF video for the FNAF channel, which, by the way, if you guys don't know, I have a FNAF channel. And I'm hoping that'll come out as soon as Monday, because I don't know. I mean, I spent practically a good part of today working on it. I got, like, I wouldn't say most of it done, a good part of it done. So I'm hoping, you know, that'll come out soon. Of Red Dead Redemption. If I did Red Dead Redemption, I don't know. Maybe I will. But the next video I'm planning on doing is going to be a very different video compared to anything I've done so far. Are you kidding me? You just freaking skipped the damn... Okay, I need to use this. Okay, that lawnmower is going to have to go, unfortunately. But yeah, but for Doki Doki Literature Club, maybe I'll do that someday. It would be interesting to do it. I have... the interesting thing about Doki Doki Literature Club is that... Like, even though it's a game that came out, like, years ago, back when, FNAF 6 came out, I believe, I never really saw much of the game. I never really had much interest in it. And we got our good boy scare... Well, before we get to that, though, I want to mention, so... But yeah, Doki Doki Literature Club, maybe I'll do that one. It's gonna be interesting, because I've never seen the game before much. I think from what I could tell, it's a horror game. So, maybe one of these days I'll do it. I mean, right now I have a lot of game videos to do, or something like that. Wumbly Tumbly Adventure. I mean, imagine if I decided to play Winnie the Pooh. Hello everybody, my name is the Maroq, welcome to Winnie Pooh! You know, that'd be funny. Goodness me. I mean... Unless it's, I don't know exactly what the game is. If it's like a horror game, I mean, maybe. But I don't know, the one I'm thinking of, for some reason, I'm thinking of it like a child-friendly game. Maybe it is, I have no idea, but... Yeah, but we got Scaredy Shroom now, which is amazing, because... Even though he's, like, one of the most useless plants in the game, I still think in my heart, he's, like, the best plant. I adore Scaredy Shroom every single night. Okay, every single night... I just think about him, I dream the beautiful, tall shroom. Okay, you know what? Let's not talk about that. A crappy GameCube game. Oh, boy. You know, if I actually decided to do some GameCube games on this channel, that would be interesting. Actually, speaking of GameCube games, I've long thought about doing, Super Mario Sunshine for quite some time, and I think I was going to do it some time ago. But I never got around to doing it. I mean, I've consistently thought about it. I was like, maybe I should do it. But the emulator I have, I think I mentioned this last stream, it's pretty crappy. And maybe I'll fix it, maybe I'll do something about it to get it working, because I have another game that I've wanted to do as well for the channel, for the Switch. But I haven't gotten around to getting that figured out. But if I ever do... Maybe it'll be soon, maybe not, I don't know yet, but I really want to get to it because it's a very, very good game from what I've seen. I don't really know entirely much about it, which is the exciting part. Or maybe the scary part, because, I don't know. There's only one good GameCube emulator, which is Dolphin. Yeah, exactly. I mentioned about Dolphin earlier too, but... Yeah. But, I don't know. But if I ever do Mario Sunshine, I would absolutely love to do it. It would be an honor to do that game, just because. Also, why did I decide to place the Scaredy Shroom right in the second lane? That is like the most cursed thing you know what? Maybe it's not that cursed. Maybe it's good, I guess. I mean, Scaredy Shroom is you know, the Lord and Savior in this game in my eyes, so I don't know. Maybe it's not that cursed. But yeah. And we got our gold coin, how nice. Great symmetry. It is, wow, yeah. I don't know, I have a weird OCD, oh god. I have a weird OCD in this game. Not just this game, but like... practically every Plants vs. Zombies game I play. I have this weird OCD. Like, I like to be consistent with the lawn. And, oh wait, I can just use that. I just like being, like, you know, specific with my plants. I always go by the tradition of, like, having 2 sun in my lane. Or in the columns, or whatever they're called. Just because that's just how I like it, you know? But yeah, I'm sure when we get to the pool section, things are gonna get a little bit crazy. And also the music in that game. That's gonna be very fun to listen to, by the way. I think, I've already mentioned it last stream, but definitely one of the best songs in the game is the one that will be coming up soon. Yeah. You know, actually, I did mention earlier about Plants vs. Zombies and how many, or PvZ2 and how many plants they've included from the first game. You know, recently I looked back at a community post from a well-known YouTuber that used to do those Minecraft. He still does them, he just barely uploads nowadays. You could try to play Sonic 2. Actually, hold on, I'll get to that one in a second. But he was a well-known YouTuber. He used to do those PvZ music video gone wrong things. And he had a community post like a year ago, and I saw like what it said was like, what's your favorite plant from this list that wasn't in the second game? And it's just funny to me because I'm sure a year ago there was only like a couple more plants that weren't even in the game yet. But now there's only like, what, 3 left, not including the premium ones? So it's like, dear god. We live in a time where there's so many PvZ1 plants in the second game, but yeah. But, what you said about Sonic 2, ironic, I think I already mentioned it. Didn't I mention it? I don't know. But I did think about playing, Sonic Mania. And maybe I'll do that sooner or later, who knows. But I've thought about doing that as another video idea for the channel. And I guess while I'm talking about Sonic, you know, when I was trying to, I recently decided, you know what, I'll play Sonic 1 on my phone. And when I tried, the freaking game just blacked out. Like, once the game did its fancy Sega thing, it just blacked out. I tried looking up how to fix it, and a lot of it had to do with, like, resetting the game, uninstalling it. I have iOS, by the way, so it's a little bit more difficult. And I was like, okay, I can't do that. So I'll just put it in. I'll just go for, like, BlueStacks. Same crap. It doesn't even work. Black screen again. So it's like, what the hell's happening? I don't understand why Sonic 1 mobile is that bad. Maybe Sega's trying to say, hey, you know, you should play the Sonic Origins game, you know? And maybe I will. I don't know. I have seen what the game's responses were, and it's not entirely great. But, I don't know. I honestly don't care. As long as it gives me what the Sonic games were, that's perfectly fine, I guess. That's the only plan in PvZ1. Oh, God. In that case, I mean, for PvZ2 Chinese edition, if Gloomstream's the only plan, oh, God. Like I already mentioned earlier, like, you know, once we get to the last plants in the game, Lord knows what they're gonna do next. Are they gonna do the unused plants? Are they gonna use the ones in PvZ Adventure? Are they just gonna reskin the plants from the second game? Like, good lord. Maybe they'll start taking ideas from the third game. The third game, you say? You know, it's funny I mentioned that, because the whole time last stream I never mentioned the name of the game, but guess the beans are out now. But yeah, the third game. I mean, I guess now I'm saying it, yeah. I don't know. There's barely any of those there's barely any new plants from the third game anyway, to begin with. in the Chinese version. That's exactly what they're gonna end up doing. It's gonna be crazy. But man, I don't know. We'll see what happens with Plants vs. Zombies 2. Honestly, like, because of how long... Oh, God. Because of how long ago that game's been around for, like, 10 years now. Almost... This year would be its 11th year, by the way. I'm not exactly sure how long they're gonna keep going with it. They might start using the third game once it fully comes out. Somebody mentioned the game did come out. And I guess it did, but only on Android. I think it's still not available on iOS yet. So, for me, I still technically don't have it on my phone yet. But when it comes out, I'll absolutely try it out. That'll be an interesting game to play. I'm not really doing a great job. Okay, this is more... I need to pay attention more. Good God. I should play FNAF 4. Well, the thing is, actually, I have gone through all of the FNAF games. And... I guess, I don't know, I never really finished it properly. You know, I'll just let the lawnmower go, I guess. But, I have gone through all of the FNAF games, except for, like, the FNAF VR games, and the FNAF World game, which, by the way, I have thought about streaming it on my FNAF channel at some point. I think I already mentioned that, didn't I? I don't remember. But if I did, then yeah, I'm thinking about doing that one. Since I have played the game before, like, years and years ago, like, back when it first came out. Maybe I'll give it, maybe I'll give it a shot again. But yes, we got the ice stream now. It's just the PVZ Chinese plant. Actually, there was another plant in the third game that was included. I think his name is Silver Sword. I don't think he was a plant from any Plants vs. Zombies game that I know, I think. I don't know. I mean, I don't know much about Chinese edition nowadays and their plants, but if so, then yeah. But I think Silver Sword is like a new plant from what I could tell. Bamboo Shoot, yeah, as you said. It's a plant that already existed. Technically, he first originated in Adventure. Then he came back in maybe Garden... yeah, he showed up in Garden Warfare, I believe. And then he showed up again in Heroes, I believe. I think in the other Garden Warfare games too. I'm not sure, I don't know. But I think he is a plant in Garden Warfare, I believe. But then he showed up again in the second game. And now he's showing up in the third game. So he's been on the game. I think he's been in every Plants vs. Zombies game except for the first one, funny enough. Well, maybe not that funny, because I know there's probably other plants that are like that too. But it's just interesting. I mean, I like to believe Bamboo Shoot is a new plant. I mean, maybe you could say that because he has the extra S in his name, unlike the other predecessors, but... You know, if you had to be technical about it. But he's basically kind of the same dude. Actually, what's weirder is that Bamboo Shoot himself was going to be a plant anyway in the second game. Like, in the beginning. Maybe not in the beginning, but like, back when Big Wave Beach was in development, I think. And he was going to be similar to the one in the Adventure game. Like, even there was even another plant that was going to be in the game as well, in the original, like, release or something like that. But he just stopped existing at that point. And I mean, I think it's because they decided, you know what, Bonk Choi is better, because he was basically like Bonk Choi. But more, like, worse, I guess. Oh god, here comes the Dancer Zombie. No! Dancer Zombie, the bane of my existence! Well, at least there's no Witch Zombie. I would be disgusted about that. You know, I played Minecraft enough times to absolutely hate witches. I don't know the origin story of why. I could say a lot about PvZ3. There's a lot to say about that game. I mentioned it last stream, and maybe not entirely, but there's a lot of crap about that game. But would I say it's a good successor to the previous installments? I don't know. I don't feel confident in saying that answer just yet. I have heard that it recently got quite a bit of downloads. from the Google Play Store. I think 500,000, which is crazy. That's a lot. Despite what people have been saying about the game. I prefer the yeah. The Dancer Zombie originally in this game was like the Michael Jackson zombie before they changed it. That was only because Michael Jackson, around the time, like, passed away. And they were like, you know, it was fun and all, but now that he's gone, I don't think, we should put him in. You know, out of respect, I can understand that, but... Oh. You know, I could have put that there. Okay, whatever. I could just use the usher again, it's fine. But yeah, I mean, the Michael Jackson zombie in this game is pretty interesting, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, FNAF. I have gone through all the games except for VR. And I did say that I planned to do, like, a video trying to get the ones that I didn't, like, have as videos a video. Because I did the FNAF 3 good ending. I did the FNAF Sister Location fake ending, as it was called originally. I don't know if it's called that now. Actually, maybe it is. I have no idea. And then I did FNAF 1 Night 6, which I didn't do in the original video for some reason. I don't know why. Actually, I know why, because at the time, I was just pissing my pants over Freddy. Like, how do I deal with this guy? It took me a long time to figure out, but I figured out exactly, like, how to deal with him. Have you ever played Sonic CD? Oh, God. Oh, God, Sonic CD. Oh, have I ever? I have absolutely played that game. That game is amazing. Like, when I played Sonic CD... God, it brings back memories. Like, I don't know if I mentioned it enough, but I recently went back to getting into Sonic again. All because I was looking for a sound effect for a video I was doing. And I was like, you know what? Sonic CD, you know? I was thinking about it. I was like, you know, Sonic CD is a pretty good game. The music in the game is fire. Absolutely love it. Even to this day, it still sounds pretty freaking rad. Not bad for a game that came out in, like, what, 1993 or something like that? 1992? But yeah, we got the Doomshroom now. Dear God, he's gonna be a big OP plant. But yeah, Sonic CD. I mean, I want to try to get to play that game again at some point. But, you know, remembering that game, I remember having a lot of good times with it. But also the pretty, insane stuff about it. Like, obviously... I haven't, as you said, I don't think I never did the cheat codes, I don't believe. I think I was playing this on mobile, so... I don't know if there was cheat codes in mobile, from what I know. I don't remember. I don't think there was. Maybe there is. Maybe a secret code, like up, down, left, right, A plus start was there. I don't know. But, what plan should I get rid of? Should I keep Ice Cream, or should I just say no to him? You know, let's get rid of Hypnoshroom. He's fine. But yeah, Sonic CD. Obviously everybody knows about the, creepy Majin secret screen that happened. I don't even know, like, you know, first of all, why the hell did Sega US, maybe even Europe, I'm not sure, but Sega US, who thought it was a great idea to make the boss music, let alone the game over music, sound creepy as hell? Who in the right mind thought in Sega America, or even Sega Japan, I don't even know, thought it was a great idea to make that a song in the game? It's like, you're gonna give children nightmares. I had nightmares just playing that game. Yeah, there was the option to switch between the American and Japanese version, but dear God. Like, at the time, I had no idea, because I was a little kid, and I didn't really know exactly what it all meant. There was times where I had it on American version, and when I heard the boss music, I was like, oh God. Just, please no. Like, the music just sounds like nightmare fuel. Was able to do Majin Sonic CD, wow. I honestly forgot the codes of it. I mean, obviously, there's, like, it gives you, like, a prompt on what to do on the screen or whatever, but I don't know. But yeah, the secret Majin code was, ugh. It's scary, especially that creepy Sonic guy with the face. I remember watching a YouTuber, like, years ago that, kind of made it, like, you know, he does creepypasta stuff. Obviously, I wouldn't imagine they're true for this situation. Like, Sonic CD... Like, originally that writing that Majin had or whatever, I guess it was said that it was, like, a satanic symbol or something like that, or I don't even know. It was like a satanic thing or whatever. It's like, oh God. Something to do with calling... I forgot the rest, but that was like something about it. Majin very Saitan. But later on I learned that it was like one of the people in the Sega development team. I think it's scary for some reason too. Yeah. The music is scary as hell. It's like, why is it even in there? As I mentioned, it was used in the boss music too in the American version for whatever reason. And even worse, the game over music in the American version is just nightmare fuel. You know, it really makes you think, like, what was Sega cooking back then? Were they cooking some weird, like, creepy, like, like, creepypastas? I don't think creepypastas existed at the time, but, like, maybe, you know, I don't even know, like, it's just creepy. Straight up, like, creepiness. Which, maybe is the reason Sonic.exe even exists to this day, which, I guess without Sonic CD, there would have been no Sonic.exe, maybe. I mean, that may be a bold take for me, but... you never know, I mean, maybe. Speaking of Sonic CD, there was a lot of stuff from that game that was using, like, stuff from, like, other games. Like, I think the most infamous one, obviously, is the Game Over music. The hill theme. I don't remember which theme it was, like, altering. I think it was the Green Hill Zone one, I don't remember. Or Emerald Hill Zone, I forgot. The only original music they have is the one that you deal with in Dr. Eggman or whatever. And that music is... it's good, I'd say. It's not bad, but I think it's pretty good for the game's setting, if you will. But yeah, it had other sound effects, like the Earthbound stuff. A couple of it, actually. There was one for the level select screen. I think that one was from the it was from Earthbound, but it was like for the memory section or whatever. I don't really know a whole lot about Earthbound. As you know, as you might not know, but I don't really know much about it. But I know it's a game that Toby Fox is very inspired by. But it's just crazy to think. Let me put a question here. But yeah, it's just very interesting to think about. You know, it's honestly funny too, like, when I was going to do Sonic.exe, it was gonna be way back when, but I never did it because it was so, like, I was terrified of it. And even after playing it, like, a couple, almost, like, over a year later, I still think about it. It's like, man, I played that game myself. It was... I mean, I tried to make it funny, because it was... I mean, yeah, it wasn't the most creepiest game out there, but it certainly did its job. God, the freaking Sonic screen, the I'm God screen or whatever, that's, like, the first time I saw it, I was, like, hiding behind the chair in fear because it was so scary. It's the Sunflower song, yeah. I mentioned already that I played quite a bit of... I've played... enough of this game. I don't know how many times I've gotten to that point. I've probably gotten to it, like, quite a few times, actually. Actually, I remember one time playing this game all night, up till the fog section, which we might get to in this stream. I don't know if I'll get through all of it, but we'll get to that point, hopefully. But I remember playing the game all night. I went from this very beginning all the way up to the fog section. And I believe it was on a school night, so I stayed up all night playing the game. It was like, man. But yeah. Let me go ahead and put this here. Okay, you know what? Let me put an ice stream here. But yeah. Very interesting story for me. Because I've definitely played this game quite a bit in the past. It's just crazy how far I've come with this game. Because it's been like over 10 years ago since I started playing this game. I haven't stopped since then. But yeah, yeah. But yeah, anyway, I guess I was gonna mention more about FNAF VR Help Wanted. As you guys probably know by now, if you checked out my channel for a little bit, I have not done FNAF VR. And there's a reason why. There's just a lot of problems going on with it. Wow, just that, I nuked everything. Holy crap. Well, I got the note though, wow. Crazy. Okay. Hello, we would like to visit for a midnight snack. How does ice cream and brains sound? Sincerely, the zombies. I do like to have some ice cream right now, but I don't know about you. I don't know about you guys. I don't feel like having ice cream with brains on it, though. Oh boy. But yeah, I haven't gotten to FNAF VR yet, but I have actually back in my old YouTube channel, ironically enough. And it wasn't like originally like when I did it. I played it in my parents' room because at the time, like I don't have like a VR. I don't have a fully functional like VR headset in my room, so I don't have all the stuff. So I had to use my parents' VR headset to play the game. That was like a few years ago, and somehow I never got the rest of the video released. I only have like 2 of them. But about now though, I'm not exactly sure yet. I would love to do FNAF VR Helps 1 and 2, because I know that was something that I had really, like... Because right before I finished Security Breach Ruin, you know, VR Help 1 and 2 came out. I was like, oh god. But I really do want to get to those games. And I want to play them in VR instead. And I know you might be saying, well, why don't you just play it in PC? Because, you know, it's on PC. Well, the first game, that is. I'm not sure about the second one. But I want to play them in their native console, basically. And that's what I'm going to do, gosh darn it. But, unfortunately, probably not right now, but I want to get to it at some point. I mean, it's only a matter of time until I eventually do it, but I want to get to those games. And that would complete practically all of the main FNAF games that I have. Except for, like, the minor ones. Because I know Scott did, Freddy's Fury, Freddy in Space 2, and recently the FNAF movie game. I was originally going to do that one, but I, for some reason, never did. For whatever it is, I don't know why, but I never did it. But I want to hope one of these days I get to do FNAF VR Help on it. And 2, of course. I know I'd be late to the party with it, but I don't care. As long as, you know, it's fine and all, I guess, then yeah. But yeah. But yeah, so far, we're not having too much trouble with this section. I mean, the ultimate battle's typically easy, so it won't be too much of a big deal. I really do need some graves right now. Let me place this fellow here. But yeah, if you guys have any more game suggestions, let me know. Because I know, there is quite a lot of games I still want to uncover. As mentioned, Doki Doki Literature Club might be one of them. Which hopefully maybe I'll do someday. I don't know yet. But you know, the amount of games I've played on this channel is quite interesting. I've played a lot. Played a lot of different games on this channel now. You know, back then it was even more interesting. And even now it's still interesting, of course. It's just like, man. I've come a long way since then. Like, when you compare it to my older YouTube channel, I barely had anything different, other than, like, the FNAF fan game stuff I did. And I tried to experiment, but, you know. Alright. I got quite a lot of Doom Shrews on me. Yeah. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I'll just continue going through this section, of course. I mean, imagine if I just all of a sudden die in this level. That would be random. You know, speaking of which, actually... Isn't there, like, a zombie... There is a couple zombies in the second game that... Even if you have a lawnmower on, like, on the lawn... There's a zombie that, like, goes over it and literally just ruins your run. I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about if you know what I mean. Like, in Plants vs. Zombies 2, there's this one zombie, actually two, where the zombie just jumps over everything and just instantaneously just screws you up. It's like, are you kidding me? I plant every single plant in my damn lawn, and then you just decide, hey, let's just throw in this guy in here and just screw me up. I don't know. I don't know either. But yeah, the zombie in question I'm mentioning is Zombie Bull Rider. That guy is an absolute sicko. Likes to ruin everything. Full zombie dropping off is imp on the last column. Yeah, something like that. Like, when he's at the very end of the line, he decides, you know, and you have a plant, like, right in front of it, just jumps over it. Because I do believe, like, unless that's fixed, I'm not exactly sure, because I know that was something that, I don't know, I would say it's an issue here. And speaking of Wild West, actually, dear God. Oh God, Wild West. It's definitely not the hardest one, but when you have the, upgraded section. You guys remember when, Plants vs. Zombies 2 used to have those, like, instead of having those, like, monthly hard mode levels, jumping off in the last column. Yeah. But, like, in the original, like, Plants vs. Zombies 2 originally had an extra bit of, levels in, like, the existing worlds before they changed it for whatever reason. Not sure why they would do that. But Wild West, like, if I had to say which was the hardest boss battle in Plants vs. Zombies 2, hands down, it would absolutely be Wild West, the hard mode one, because that one really freaking sucked. It was like I think it was the last level I had accomplished at that point because of how absurd it was. It was so difficult. I felt like giving up. It was so bad. We had those back. Oh, did they? Oh. I don't know. I haven't played the game in a minute, so I don't know exactly. But I know in Plants vs. Zombies 2 Vanilla, they had those extra worlds. They still have them, but it's only, like, monthly now, and they're not, like, in the worlds anymore. That was Sonic 2, but with onion rings. Wait a minute, have I heard that one before? I feel like I've heard that one before. You know, I remember watching a lot of those videos back then, like, of all those random Sonic mods. I think there was one Sonic game, maybe that's the one you're suggesting, where Sonic eats onion rings or whatever, or no. Maybe it was. And the more he ate it, the fatter he got. Absolutely hilarious, if you will. It's just... Sonic mods, man. Back in the day, Sonic mods were something else. He gets fatter every... Okay, yeah. Does replace all the boss fights and hard mode levels. Oh, interesting. Wait, refurbished. So the Wild West one isn't there, okay. But yeah, the Wild West one and Vanilla PvZ2, the hard mode one, was very difficult because I think Zombot Wheelwagon, whatever it was called, like, basically would only summon, like, freaking chicken, I think just chickens. And it was really difficult because, like, even though that seemed easy, you have to realize the plant selection they had. Hypno Shrooms and whatever the hell they had, I forgot. It was difficult, it was painful. But yeah, that's basically PvZ2 Remaster, yeah. I think I've heard of it, because I saw the music in the game. I think I know what you're saying. I think I know what you're talking about, that game. But first, let's read what Crazy Dave says. Looks like the zombies gave up attacking your front yard. Now they're trying your backyard. And to top it off, you can't even use your mushrooms. Because they fall asleep during the day. Of course they do, Dave. Well, isn't that just dandy? Yeah, that sucks. But hey, at least we got a lily pad, though. But yeah, PvZ2 Refurbished. If I remember correctly, the music in the game, I saw it recently. Not that I've seen any, like, footage of it, I don't believe. Maybe I have, I don't know. The music in the game is alright. Like, listen, I think Yeah, the one that I was looking at had the Carabrawl music theme, I believe. Is one of the best, yeah. I don't know, something about the Carabrawl themes really hit me the wrong way. It's just... like, when you listen to it, like, when I listened to it, that is... it was like... oh, I need a sunflower. It's alright, but it's like it's like the woo-woo, like that sound. I don't know why, but that kind of got me on my nerves. It's like... I get the time travel theme or whatever, but it just felt a little bit odd to me. It just felt off. PvZ2 Reflourish. Yeah, if I do get to play that game, maybe I will. Who knows? But yeah, the Carabrawl theme in that game, I don't know. It's alright. At least Lost City, in my opinion, was good. It didn't have the weird time theme or whatever it had. Which is a plus, I would say. It's just in my opinion. My music taste might be different than yours, but... the Carabrawl theme, it's like, it's I don't know. And also, speaking of the music, we got this beautiful music in here. Definitely one of the best songs in the game. But yeah, Carabrawls are weird. Yeah. I guess okay, I'm not the only one then, okay. But yeah, the Carabrawl themes are just something else. It's called Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim. I feel like I've heard about that game, but I don't know for sure. I don't know. Maybe I've heard about it before. It's also a movie and show and comic. You know, when I hear that name, it automatically reminds me of that one game Scott made a while ago called The Pilgrim's Progress. And... I don't know. If I ever had to play it, I don't know. That'd be super... I mean, it'd be very weird for this channel. Because it's like a religious game. Honestly, that's fine. I don't really care about religion all that much, but I do... I just think the game's very interesting. What's funny about it is the freaking, the dude that shows up at FNAF World shows up and was originally from the game. Which I think is pretty cool. It's freaking... his name... I think his name is Souldozer. You know, somebody's reaction to it was absolutely funny. Like, I couldn't understand why it was so funny. But, you know, maybe it was just super random. You know, all hail the Souldozer, everybody. Well, yeah. But, yeah, maybe I'll check out Scott Pilgrim and check it out. I feel like I've heard about the game before. I'm not sure exactly. But it also reminds me of another game, actually. I do know. The Oregon Trail, I believe. Yeah, that's a pretty interesting game. You know, good old, Oregon Trail. A very classic game indeed. I mean, I don't know, man. Oregon Trail. Good lord. How many, like, remasters or revisions it had? I don't know. There's a lot of them. Actually, if there's a game that had the most revisions or remasters, I honestly can't tell you, because there's so many of them. I feel like there's some, but I honestly don't know. I mean, not including, like, fan games, just official games. I feel like there's a game in there that I could think of, but I just don't know what it is. I guess you could technically say, like, I guess Angry Birds could be one, even though it didn't have many remasters. It only had one remaster, technically. Because, reasons, I guess. I still, to this day, don't really know why exactly Rovio would pull those classic Angry Birds games off the App Store or whatever. It was so random. Some people say it was like... it was because, it was like it was outdated or whatever. It's like, what? I mean, you could still make it... you could still make it available even if it's outdated, right? Maybe... then again, I don't know the whole deal of, like, video gaming on mobile. Even though I've been... I don't know, I've been making games for a little bit now, but... I don't know, maybe that's a whole different deal. But they remastered it on Unity. And even then, like... something about it, it was just so good, I guess, that Rovio's like, let's change the name of the game on App Store. Let's call it Red's First Flight. It's like, what? So it's kind of weird that they did that. You know, I myself used to be a big Angry Birds fan. But, I don't know. Rovio, I mean, now that it's in Sega's hands, I sure hope they do better with it. But yes, we got our good buddy Squash, by the way. Squash is going to be a heckin' good plant for this. Definitely one of my favorite plants in this game. Maybe a top 3, actually. Just because of how useful he is. Angry Birds is dead. You know, at this point, Angry Birds is just... Where the hell is it even at this point? Like, it used to be super great, but then they turned it around. They made it, like... They made all these tile matching games. Like, what the hell? And I was gonna mention about Bad Piggies, too. Where the hell's that game? Like, 2 years ago. Yeah, ever since Angry Birds Reloaded came out, everything's just been dead. Dead and gone. But yeah, like, Bad Piggies 2... It was gonna come out, but then all of a sudden they were like, ah, no. And I guess it was just because it was Angry Birds movie themed. It's like... I mean, whatever. One suggestion I love to see with the game, because at the time they were experimenting with it, they wanted to give people, like the option to choose, like, which theme that would be best for it. Isn't even out for Android, pretty sure. Yeah, it's basically unavailable now, I believe. I don't know if you're able to get it now. Like, like, from Rovio directly, I don't think you can. Definitely not. But, like, anywhere else, maybe. Man of the Adventure. Oh, yeah, I was thinking about doing a Man of the Adventure. The Backrooms. Actually, yeah, fun fact, I actually played a Roblox game of that manner. Apeirophobia, yeah. Baldi's Basics will always be my favorite. Honestly, yeah, Baldi's Basics is a pretty good game. I wonder how Plus is doing still. But yeah, Bad Piggies too. They had the option to choose, like, which theme you'd go. But I guess, regardless of whether or not you had to pick, they chose the movie theme. One suggestion I would have loved to see in Bad Piggies 2 was, like... If it was like Super Mario Maker, where you could choose a theme. That would have been super amazing. Just imagine Bad Piggies, but you could choose a theme. That would have been great. That would be my #1 suggestion to that game. But then again, that would have made it look... It would have been a really big game if they did it either way, I believe. I don't know how well it would have held up on mobile. Of Baldi's Basics. Oh, yeah. Ooh, a present. Nice. Minigames unlocked. Play them from the main menu. Okay. But yeah, Baldi's Basics. To be fair, I do think the mods... I have played the mods before in the very past. Back in my old YouTube channel. Back when, instead of me just playing FNAF fan games on repeat... Maybe not exactly that, but, like, consistently, I was doing Baldi's Basics. There were some pretty good mods I enjoyed. I think there was one... There was quite a few. There was Baldi's Basics... But... Super Mario... I don't think I did that one. There was a Super Mario theme that was in there. And Baldi's Basics Classic. Yeah. Man, Baldi's Basics was a pretty unique game of its time. Well, maybe... I don't know if you would say... I guess you could say unique, because it was different. Very different than what other games you had at the time. But yeah, the mods that I was doing, I can't remember much of them. The last one I did was, like, Undead Baldi or whatever. I can't explain exactly what it is, but it was the game I did. And then I stopped doing it. It was only until, like, over a year ago, on this very channel that I did Baldi's Basics once again. I did it with the collection, I believe. It's Hello Neighbor. Oh boy. Oh boy, Hello Neighbor. Ironically enough, that was going to be a video I was going to do a while back. Like a year ago from now, actually. Since I started it. Oh, what happened? What the heck happened? Oh god, my computer just freaked out for a second. Is everything good? Hold on a second. Something's going awry. Hold on a sec. What the hell's happening now? What the heck? Is my computer okay? What the hell happened? What? Okay, let me do this. Let me move this over here. Okay. That was weird. My computer screen's acting up. Oh god. Okay, maybe I'll have to end the stream very soon, unfortunately, because something's going on. But yeah, another game. Oh yeah, you mentioned that. Hello Neighbor. Originally I was gonna do that game, but I never did for some. Oh, I forgot Squash can't look back. But you can look forward. But yeah, Hello Neighbor was a game I was gonna do, but for some reason I never got to make it as a video. I would've. There was actually one moment in that game. It was absolutely hilarious. I want to try to do that again when I do it. When I play the game again. I could name 100 more. Yeah, there was a lot of good... I'd say there was a lot of unique horror games at the time. Okay, my computer screen might be good now. Okay. Let me move this over here then. Alright, I don't know what happened. My computer just decided to freak out there. I don't know if it was my port thing or whatnot. That was super random. That scared that scared the crap out of me. I'm not swearing today. But yeah, maybe one of these days I'll come back to playing Hello Neighbor again as a video, hopefully legitimately this time. Unless I do it like how I did with this game and decide, you know what, to hell with it, I'll just stream it. But the game does take a lot of time. You have to... Like, when I played the game, it took forever for me to do it. I honestly feel bad because... in windowed mode. Yeah, I'm playing PvZ in window mode. Was it showing something? I don't know. Yeah, I'm playing PvZ on window mode. I mentioned earlier that there was some issues with the game. I was trying to get this to work. The best I could do is windowed mode. Okay? Windowed mode is really the best I could do. Full screen, for whatever reason, doesn't work. I don't know why. Well, probably because the game is so old. It came out in, like, 2009, to be fair, so... But yeah. I don't really like playing on windowed mode, to be honest with you. I have to... Like, I'd rather play in full screen, but some games have it their way. Whatever. I can't think of a game I played before I had to play on windowed mode. Actually, I think it's just this game, honestly. Yeah. Good God, I have so many P-shares. I'm just realizing that. Where are they gonna show up? Right there. It's a bucket hat. Get out of here. But yeah, one of these days, I'll try checking out Hello Neighbor. Or check it out Hello Neighbor. Recheck Hello Neighbor, I guess. Maybe I'll do it as a video once again. Well, hopefully this time. But yeah. Putting in the game window mode, then after capture, switch full screen. Oh, okay. Well, actually, yeah, maybe I could try that. I'm not gonna try it this stream, just because I'm worried. I'm paranoid as hell, like, just in case something bad happens, I guess. Maybe I'll do that the next time I stream this game, which... I'm not sure if I'm gonna be streaming next week. I might be busy next week. But we'll have to see, I guess. But if I stream again, it might likely be this game. And maybe I'll finish it off. I'm thinking part 3 might be the end of it, because we're already getting super far into the game already. That I feel like we might be getting there. But we got our 3 here. But obviously it's not just, I mean, this adventure mode is only just the beginning though, after all. Like, part 3 may be the end of it, but there is a lot more to this freaking game than what you might expect as a Plants vs. Zombies, like, noob, if you will. Because there's like a second mode adventure or whatever. Get to the minigames. Yeah, the minigames, in my opinion, are pretty good. But yeah, and you know, speaking of which, actually, there was a particular zombie in this one. It took me forever to figure out how to get it, and I never got it. I never ended up getting him because it was so far away at that point. But the zombie in question is like Yeti Zombie. Yeti Zombie was a zombie that for such a long freaking time, I was like, I need to figure out where to get this zombie and how to find it. Yes, the Yeti zombie. And it took me a while to realize it. Like, originally I thought it was by chance, because he shows up in the fog section. And, he showed up in the fog section. I originally thought he was in the original adventure mode, but I figured out that he was in the second one, I believe. And I think he shows up regardless. So maybe when I stream this game and get to that part, maybe I'll do it. Who knows? Appears at 4 to 10 levels in Adventure 2. Okay, yeah. DBZ Adventures. But, what's your favorite horror game you played so far? You know, there is a lot of good horror games I played in the past. He appears rarely in survival modes. Yeah. I'm not sure how different he is in other versions, but... Because I know I have quite a few, but... console, man. God, thinking about it. PvZ on console is a different thing. But yeah, favorite horror game I played so far. Like I said, I played a lot of horror games in the past. There was a lot I played. Jokingly, I would say Lovey-Dovey, because that game was just... It was so, like... It was so... I wouldn't say... It's not bad. It's alright for a game like that. It was amazing, okay? It was amazing. It had toilets in it. I loved it, okay? But in seriousness, though, like... I don't know, there's a lot. I would probably say, and I think it'd just be really... I think it'd be obvious from how many times I played it over and over. Or at least how many times I played the iterations. It would be like FNAF. Like, FNAF by far was the best game I played. That was basically what got me into horror in the first place. But, Poppy Playtime Chapter 3. Oh yeah, recently it came out. I haven't even gotten to Chapter 2 yet. I would have tried to get through those games as well, but... I'm not sure about right now. Maybe sooner or later. I would love to, though. I've seen some stuff about Chapter 3. And hopefully, sooner or later, maybe I'll get to it. I don't know. Same for Garden Ban. I want to try to get through those games, too. And Lord knows how many chapters there's gonna be. You know, the first time Garten Ban came out, everybody hated it. But then everybody started liking it when more chapters came out. Maybe not everybody still liked it, of course. I don't really care, honestly. Obviously, I played it before. On the channel, of course. But, yeah. But you know, another good horror game that I enjoyed, I mentioned it earlier this stream, was Sonic.exe. Even though there's like so many iterations, if I'm only saying Sonic.exe alone, I mean, I wouldn't say by far the best horror game. That would be a little silly to say, in my opinion. Just because there wasn't a whole lot to it. It was very direct. It's the worst out of the mascot horror games. Yeah. Garden Ban, I don't know. As I said, I don't really care much about it. But some people, like quite a bit of people, started liking it the more it came out. Or at least what I've seen from like YouTubers like posting about it. Could play Granny. Man, a lot of these games you guys are suggesting, I'm just like, wow. These games I could have done, but I haven't gotten to. Granny was definitely one of them. I was wanting to do that a while ago, but I don't know. I should absolutely try that out. I think there was a Granny Remaster some time ago as well. But I definitely want to try out... I want to see if I can do the original game first. Granny is such a... Like, Granny, like... I don't know. It's definitely one of the more interesting mobile games at the time. Would I say it was the best mobile game? At least best mobile horror game of all time? Like, if you had to say it in its native console, probably. I don't know any other, like, horror games on mobile that were, like, native to it. Obviously, as I mentioned, not including FNAF. Or, like... Because FNAF wasn't originally on mobile, of course. Like, what were other, like, mobile horror games out there? I don't know. Because I know there was Granny. I don't really know exactly what the other ones were. The Tattletale game. Oh yeah, Tattletale. Tattletale. There's a couple other games actually. Now we're mentioning it. You know, you have Tattletale, there's 123 Slaughter Me Street. I was actually thinking about doing that one as well. And then there was, just remembered, I forgot. Emily Wants to Play, yeah. If I can get to those games, I would absolutely like to do that, but... Man, a lot of these games, I want to try to get to as soon as I can, but there's a lot going on right now. But I really hope I can one of these days. But yeah, 123 Slaughter Me Street, man. I was kind of close to getting to it, but then I realized, like, I don't know. It's not a bad game, but it would be very interesting to do, though. Almost to the last wave. Please don't consume my lily pad. There we go. But yeah, we're now in the final wave. But yeah, eventually, hopefully I'll get to one of those games. But yeah, right now I got a lot of things in store. I actually did a game earlier, I think earlier today. I don't know if it'll be a video yet, but I was just experimenting with it. It was a really hard game. I'm not gonna explain what it was though, but... Or, not say the name of the game, that is. Because I don't know, I like to keep secrets for some reason. But it was a really difficult game. And... Really the challenge was not to yell. So... I got quite far, like the first 20 minutes of it before screaming, so... If that does become a video, we'll see, but I don't know yet. I'm not sure if or when that'll happen, but... Oh god, no, the stupid sun got in the way. But yeah. Okay, there we go. Now we got Tangle Kelp. That's gonna be a pretty important plan for us, because he likes to tangle the kelp. Or more specifically, tangle the zombies. You know, tangle kelp, in my opinion... Actually, you know, speaking of sea plants... Bendy and the Ink Machine, I don't think I've ever seen that game. Oh, actually, ironically enough, I just released a video of that a couple days ago. I did Chapter 2, by the way, so that was pretty interesting. I definitely am looking forward to doing the rest of it. And hopefully get to Bendy and the Dark Revival, because I've heard some interesting... I haven't seen much about that game. Which is weird, because at the time I was really, like, into Bendy when it first was released, or at least when it first came out. But I've not heard much about Dark Revival, so I'm hoping it's good. It seems like it is. I'll definitely try it once I get through all the Bendy stuff. Or the original Bendy game first. But yeah. But yeah, there was, you know, just now that I've realized it, like, there's so many horror games that came out during, like, 2016 to 18. There was Baldi's Basics, Bendy, of course. Well, there was another. Granny was one of them, of course. There was a lot of pretty interesting horror games that came out at that time. It was pretty interesting. Pretty interesting time to be alive. There was just a lot. Nowadays, of course, you got Poppy, Playtime, you have Gart and a Band Band. I feel like there's another one that was more recent. I can't think of what it is, honestly, I don't know. The one I'm thinking about is not really a horror game, but more or less a game that... Just like many other games that you guys are suggesting, and also I'm thinking about... was gonna do as well. I haven't gone around to doing it yet. But I would absolutely love to try it one of these days. Buckshot Roulette. It's a pretty interesting game for what I've seen. Pretty fun, honestly. It sounds like a lot of fun. And I would love to try it eventually, one of these days. And plus, I think it's an original itch.io game, which is even better. Because if you know me, I'm a guy who loves to play itch.io horror games. Quite a bit of them, actually. I've played so many of them at this point. Actually, I don't even know how many I've done. I've probably played quite a few now. Maybe I'm not the itch.io guide just yet, but I'm getting there. Like, if I start doing more itch.io games on here, maybe, I don't know. He's gonna jump over him. But Squash already knows. Cool. He does look back. Okay, I was wondering. But yeah, okay, here comes the Ducky Tube zombie. Here comes the Ducky Tube! And he's gone. Oh god, oh man, I just realized. When we get to the zombies later on in this level, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. There's 2 zombies in this one that give me nightmares. Every night when I think about this game, I think about those 2 very, very bad zombies that I absolutely hate. I think they're the last 2 no, not the last 2 zombies. There's another one. Alright, I'll catch you later then. But yeah, there's 2 zombies in this game that I think one of my least favorite zombies is the one that'll come up after this section. I mean, I guess I can mention the names. The Zomboni and the Dolphin Rider Zombie. Dolphin Rider Zombie especially gives me the freaking heebie-jeebies. Especially, like, when he makes the dolphin noise. When he makes that dolphin noise and you're not prepared for the pool section, that's how you know you're done for. I don't even have I forgot, I don't even have pool cleaners yet. I don't even have them yet. What the heck? What's going on with... Oh, we'll get those soon, probably. Maybe. But... Dear God, the Dolphin Rider Zombie is going to be a nightmare. But hopefully I'll be covered by the Tall Nuts when we get there. But yeah. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I hope I don't die a miserable death with those guys. Because when I first encountered them... Why did I place that there? When I first encountered them, I was having a hard time dealing with them. Obviously, nowadays, I'm such a pro at this game. I know what I'm doing. I'm such a pro. Even though... You know, I don't even know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Would I be considered PvZ pro? I don't know. I mean, you guys can be the judge of it. I mean, I'm doing a weird job at, like, concentrating with this game. I'm placing plants that I would think of as cursed. But hey, you know what? As long as it works, I guess. Okay. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to the fall section, the fog section. Because when we get there, I don't know about this stream, but maybe next stream when I do it. Because I'm not sure how long this will go. So far, we've been doing this for over an hour now, so... I don't know, maybe I'll do a little bit of the fog section, who knows, but... I look forward to doing that one, because that's gonna be interesting. It's really the only... I wouldn't say the only unique level, because... Each of these levels have their own purpose. Grass... I mean, day section is the day section. Night section has the graves. Pool has the pool, and fog has the fog. It's pretty self-explanatory when you think about it. And roof has the roof. But what's cool about the roof is that it's like, it's slanted, so it's not flat all the way. And to this day, I think, Plants vs. Zombies 2 has not utilized that mechanic. I don't believe. Unless I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't think so, actually. I don't think there's ever been a world in that game. Maybe in Chinese version, because I have no idea what's in Chinese version nowadays. Maybe in that version it has different, like, slopes. What? Okay, never mind, that was fine. But obviously, you know, Plants vs. Zombies 2 has the water section. Or, really the only water section in that game was, Big Wave Beach. Not including the Chinese version, I believe. Big Wave Beach was really the only one. I think recently they're gonna bring in, like, water tiles or whatever, because of a plant that you might know. That's from this game, of course. Which I think is pretty interesting, I guess. But, I don't know. I have a feeling that the water tiles, I could be wrong, but I feel like the water tiles might be repurposed in existing worlds in the game. But I could be wrong. I don't think they will do that. Doesn't have another water level. Wow. So truly, it's only Big Wave Beach, which is really weird. I mean, then again, there's not a lot of aquatic plants. And even nowadays, after all the worlds and stuff were over with, there was really only, like, what, one new plant that is, like, water-based, and even then, it can also be put on land, like Crocodile. I think it's Seaflora, if I'm not mistaken. Seaflora, even though when I see it, I never really thought of it as a water plant, but it is, apparently. And of course, later on, there will be Sea Shroom. Because, hey, nostalgia bait, am I right, you know? But, yeah. Dragon Palace. Oh god. That sounds very interesting. I mean, imagine having a whole, like, level based underwater. That does sound interesting. I mean, that's basically what it is in the game. Interesting. And there's another level in Chinese Edition that's not in the game, for whatever reason. And it's, a sky-based level, Sky City, I believe. It's very unique because you only get a limited amount of tiles to plant. I don't think it's changeable. I think it's just the same, like, 5 lines. Actually, no. Pirate Seas kind of did that, where half the line you couldn't plant any plants in it. I think it was really the only, like, in Vanilla PvZ 2, it was really the only unique level to do that, I think. But even then, you had planks that zombies could walk on, but that, in of itself, is pretty unique, I'd say. Oh yeah, that's right, yeah. In Sky City, you could do that. I think even in Pirate Seas, Rutabaga could do the same thing. Rutabaga is such an interesting plant, too. Especially its power-up ability. Every time I use the power-up ability on it, I always just think of the dun-dun-dun-dun-dun sound or whatever. Even though it doesn't register that sound, I just think of that all the time. Like, I don't even know why, but I do. Very interesting plant, though. Has a whole HP par and zombies can't attack it. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Sky City did have that feature. I remember now. Because in Sky City, you would have that. And I guess, I don't exactly remember for what purpose, or I guess if the zombie, like, if there was like a jetpack zombie or a missile or whatever, I think there was a missile, it would damage it. I don't know. I forgot. Oh yeah, and the final boss in that one had a giant eagle. Dr. Zomboss had a freaking eagle, which I think is pretty interesting. But, if I had to say, you know, what was Dr. Zomboss's greatest invention on attacking us? It would, I don't know, there's a lot of them. He does have some very interesting contraptions. Just a split second off, that lily pad would have gone. That would have been annoying. Maybe. But yeah, the Dr. Zomboss stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff he has. I can't think of a good contraption he has. Maybe the gondola, but gondola's whatever. I mean, gondola is not the best, I would say. At least in that level, it has its own unique music. Not really. It still utilizes the Zomboss music, but it kind of has the Lost City chimes. Unpolish. Steam Ages is buggy. Yeah. It's very interesting, though. Hey, you found my car key. You know what that means. Crazy Dave's Twitty Dinkies is open for business. Have a look. See if you can't find anything you like or whatever, okay. We're about to get 5,000, actually. We could get the pool cleaners, though, but I don't know if I want to use them just yet. Actually, maybe I do. I'm gonna get them. I feel like it's a need, because we got fog section after this, and it's gonna get difficult from here. Because I know I'm gonna get easily distracted. Potentially. The Herotron from PvZ Heroes. If he didn't backfire, yeah. I mean, if it was only just Plants vs. Zombies 1 and 2, or really just Plants vs. Zombies 2, because PvZ 1 only had 1. We'll get to him sooner or later, but PvZ 2, there was a lot of them. I can't think on top of my head which one was the best. Obviously, the first 3 Zombots were the same thing, just a little different. And then the Far Future one, the Carney one. Same thing, same deal, whatever. With little, like, changes here and there, but yeah. Anyway, funny thing about the zombie process, sometimes it makes them come out real little. Real little, and I mean, real mean. Defend your shins. Oh god, you're telling me the zombies are tiny. Oh god. Yep. They're tiny little suckers. But yeah, Zombot. I don't know. Oh god. Oh god, I forgot they make those noises. I don't think they did that in PvZ Mobile. But in this version, the noises they make is golden. Absolutely amazing. This was definitely one of the more addicting games I played back then. In PvZ 1. Or minigames, rather. Definitely really fun. But yeah. Look at that. I mean, imagine losing in this section. That would be terrible. I would feel really... I would just cry myself to sleep. I would just cry in a corner if I lost this level. Because, see, then again, it does get a little challenging over time. Those football zombies say otherwise. I think their damage is like the equivalent of a conehead in this size, right? Maybe less than that. I don't know. Even then, they're still difficult. Can I get a pea shooter, please? I need one, desperately. Okay, there we go. I'm not getting as much pea shooters as I hope I can. But yeah, hopefully one of these days I get the walnut heal. That's gonna be very important. I mean, unlike PvZ 2, it's like... I think it's very late into the game. Which, I don't know why. Why not, like, put it in the game so early? Then again, maybe there's a reason. Because it seems like it'd be cheating. Maybe not cheating. I mean, it's really not cheating when you think about it. But... I don't know. I mean, PvZ 2... Oh god, the trophies. Oh god. I honestly forgot about the Zombot. Scott. I mean, I remember that he was the Eagle, but that's all I can remember from it. But I didn't know he would go up and beyond. Some Zombots... are difficult than others. The one in Neon Mixtape Tour is just absolute insanity. Some people say it's not the best boss because of how absurd it is. And maybe I would say that. Is it difficult? Is it more difficult than Big Wave Beach? I don't know. I mean, you could be the judge of that because the Stage Smash or whatever it's called, it was pretty difficult. Just because... was the hardest. Yeah. Honestly, when I played it before, I honestly forgot. Like, the last time I fully replayed PvZ 2, I think was in 2020, 2019, somewhere around there? I don't remember. It was some time ago. But, I don't know, Neon Mixtape Tour is not too bad. It is a little difficult, actually. Yeah, it does get difficult, especially those freaking special zombies in the level. Yeah, the Zombot Sharkatron, I believe, or something like that. Shark Sub, or... I forgot the names of Zombots. I don't even know why I'm trying. If I can't remember their names. But that one, yeah, he was really easy. You just had to get lucky with the Tangle Cup, and... there to be. You know, let him suck in the Tangle Kelp of Doom and then let him choke on it, because that actually... It's really easy when you have it that way. No, it's a pretty good detail, I would say. We got pretty cracked jalapeno now. Pretty cracked jalapenos, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, Neon Mixtape Tour Zomboss, though, pretty difficult. Especially in the end. Oh, no. Oh, God, no. Oh. Oh, you, mate, you. The zombie that I, like, despise the most is here. You know, I'm gonna put Sunflower first. One of the zombies that I despise the most is definitely Zomboni. He sucks. Well, that was in the beginning. Maybe now, I mean, nowadays, he's not too difficult. It's just you gotta get good plants for him. Do we have... Okay, you know what? We'll just go with the selection we have. We'll be fine. We'll be okay. I hope. But yeah, Zomboni. Something I recently realized was that when you use the spikeweed on him, sometimes he has a chance of, like, flipping over, which is something that was never in mobile, I believe. Because I played mobile in this game originally, and I never saw that, so... 3 boss fights? Dear God. So Kung Fu... Okay, that's interesting. Kung Fu World has 3 different boss fights. I mean, maybe... Like, in the beginning, that does sound surprising, because at the time, I don't think there was any other world that had that. Because typically, for each world, there was just 1 boss fight. And then, eventually, you know, Modern Day existed. Not in a bad way, by the way. Modern Day... Oh, yeah, Modern Day. You know, if we wanted to talk about Modern Day, that one is pretty difficult as well. Definitely a 5 out of 5 jalapeno difficulty rating, in my opinion. Actually, maybe 4.5. But yeah. Modern Age... Or Modern... I forgot the name already. Modern... Yeah, Modern Age, I believe. I don't know. Had 3 different boss fights. Technically, there was, like, 10 of them, because of... You know, what was unique about it is that each of the boss fights can change depending on how many times you play it. Like, for example, if for the first boss fight, you deal with the Sphinx, the Ancient Egypt one, you lose that one, and then you go back to it again, you have a chance of going to either that one again, or Pirate Seas, or Wild West. Which I think is pretty cool in my opinion. But definitely an interesting way to end the game that way too. Kind of finishing it off with that. Maybe a little disappointing the fact that it didn't have like a unique boss fight. I originally thought that the final boss in Modern Day, was gonna be like the Zombot return or whatever. Like Zombot Returns or whatever in this game. But no, it was all that. Far Future Zombot. Yeah. Yeah, the one that was in hard mode, yeah, as you mentioned, the Far Future one. Not very... I mean, I wouldn't say it was original. I was a little disappointed that when it came to that point, it didn't really have a unique boss fight. It just had the Futuretron or whatever it was. Which is a little disappointing, but I guess it was because they were like, you know, it's the closest to the Zombot. We don't feel like making a unique boss fight for this section. I didn't mean to put the squash there. So they just kind of threw it in there. I honestly forgot how difficult it was. I mean, I enjoyed playing it too, though, but it was difficult, I believe. Because you had all these crazy zombies here and there. A boss rush, yeah. If it was just one whole thing. You know, it would be funny if they changed it. Like, instead of having what was mentioned, like what was in the game, like, if it was just one final boss, instead it would have all of the boss fights back to back. and you had to go through it. It would, I mean, obviously that would suck because it would take forever, especially if you lost. Then you would have to go back to the very beginning to do all of them again. Basically just having all 10 boss fights in one level, all at once. And if you die, you have to start over again. Which, damn it, which, in my opinion, would have been really difficult. I'm sure everybody would agree that it would have been very, very difficult. There goes the music. But yeah, I don't know. What would have been more interesting? You know, actually, there was a mode that was going to be in PvZ 2 that never came out. And I wish they had it. Because originally they... Oh. No! No! Get out of here. Zomboni, no, thank you, buddy. But yeah, there originally was going to be like an arcade minigame or some sort. Which I think would have been really cool. I don't know what the idea of it was exactly. Because I feel like it was going to be both ways, maybe one way, I'm not sure. Originally, when I saw it, I first thought it was like the picture, because this was like Neon Mixtape Tours time, and I'm assuming, from what I remember, I was thinking it was gonna be like the mini game Zombies or whatever. It was gonna be like PvZ 8-bit, which would have been really cool, honestly. I actually wish they had that in the game. That would have made the game a lot more interesting. But it's just bagelled, yeah. But yeah, like, if they had the arcade game, it probably would have had all those mini-games, actually, like, from the game. Actually, what are those modes called? Or what are they called again? Not Brainiac, Maniac. Brain Game? What was it called? It had a name for it. There was, like, a name for these mini-games. But either way, like, you know, PvZ 2, you know, obviously had those mini-games. Intensive carrot minigame. Oh yeah, that's right. You know, what sucks about some of the minigames in the game, some of them just aren't even in the game anymore. Originally there was that matching one in the ancient Egypt. They got rid of that for whatever reason, don't know why. Pirate Seas, I think they did the same thing. They got rid of the coconut cannon minigame, which it's sad enough. Probably because you could easily farm coins on it. But I think yeah, camel match. Camel match, coconut cannon, blitz, I guess, I don't know. And then there was the other one, no, not the mode I was thinking of this one. Call 'em like you mean it's in this game. What was the name of the game? I remembered it. And somehow I forgot about it. It was in Wild West. I forgot what it was called, but it was basically... You know, you had to pick a plant and which lane it was gonna be in. For which lane the zombie is gonna be in. Don't know why they got rid of it. It was a really fun game. I can't think of the name of it. Cannons away. All the other levels got removed, yeah. I still don't know why. Like, I guess it was because corn farming. Good God. Coin farming. But I don't know. I still don't understand exactly, like, why. Not OK Corral. Which is still in the game. Okay. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. I feel like it is. Like, I had a thought maybe it was. I'm not exactly sure, but if it is... I mean, hey, at least they didn't get rid of that game. That's a pretty fun game, in my opinion. I don't know why they would get rid of it. Like all the other ones. Why did they get rid of that one? Far future, I'm very certain they still have the Purple Sun minigame. Which plant should I get? Let me get rid of 3-Peter. Okay, we're starting to narrow down. Let me get rid of... Okay, I don't need Alapino. We're fine with that. But yeah, Call 'em like you mean it. Or not Call 'em like you mean it. Not OK Corral. The Purple Sun minigame. I don't know what was after... I don't know what... Oh yeah, Dark Ages. Don't think there was any special minigames for Dark Ages. Unless you said... there were, the potions. Actually, maybe there was. Even then, it was very obscure, because I don't remember it. Sun bombs. Yeah, it's also in the game. iZombie, what the hell? You know, Chinese edition has all these minigames. Yeah, PvZ doesn't. PvZ2 doesn't. Like, yeah, iZombie was in this game, but that would have been cool, actually. If you had to play iZombie and PvZ2. I mean, if they're going on the trend of getting plants in PvZ1, they might as well just do the minigames at this point. I feel like they have done it recently, but I don't know. I'm not exactly sure on that. But, had evil potions, which is also, of course, it's still in the game. Yeah. Fight there, wow. Yeah. I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I mean, even then, like I said, Dark Ages minigame is very obscure to me. Because I can't, I mean, yeah, you had the potions. They were throughout the entire levels anyway. But, I don't know. And afterwards, there was also, you also had, in, what was it? Big Wave Beach, I believe, yeah. Has the weird bombs. Bomb fuse minigame, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, bomb fuse sounds interesting. I feel like I don't know if I've seen it before, but that does sound interesting. But yeah, Big Wave Beach. Oh yeah, it had the bowling minigame, that's right. I think that's still in the game as well, I believe. And, Big Wave Beach, there was also Frostbite Caves. Frostbite Caves had a minigame. Guaco Snake. I'm assuming with all the guacodiles. I mean, judging from the name, I would imagine. Highly likely, right? But yeah, Frostbite Caves, I'm sure there was a minigame about Hot Potato. Actually, there was going to be a minigame for the game anyway. And it was originally going to be the game. The entire level was basically, everything was all iced up. And you had to use Hot Potato to kind of get the plants to, you know, breathe in air, I guess. Breathe in freaking cold air, if you will. I don't know. I don't know if there was... there probably was a minigame in Frostbite Caves anyway. Lost City has no minigames. Raining Seeds, Dodo Crossing, and Match Points. Okay. Yeah, again, I mean, Chinese version has a lot of minigames, yet PvZ2 in the, you know, the version that it is, the vanilla, just doesn't really have a lot of it. But Lost City, though, like, you have the sun. There was, I don't know if there was even a minigame in that one. I don't think so. Even then, I think there was, like, the sun tiles. The sun tiles... Can't think of any other, like... Yeah, and then also there was the special, the special tiles, the ones like the boulder one, the fire. That only showed up at the second half of the game, though. Second half of the world, I believe. But yeah, I mean, I don't think not Frostbite Caves. Lost City had a unique minigame of its own, I don't believe. Yeah. And then, of course, you have Neon Mixtape Tour, which also I don't think it had minigames either, I don't believe. The only the only uniqueness about it was, like, obviously the music changing, of course. And then you had, Jurassic Marsh. Didn't have minigames as well, I don't believe. Yeah, basically the rest of it, like, after Big Wave Beach, the minigames just kind of stopped existing for whatever reason. And then Modern Day said, you know what, we'll pick it up. We'll actually do a minigame. And they were like, yeah, we'll do Big Gold. And... yeah. But they definitely should go back and add back those, not only add back those minigames, but also, include more, like, new, unique minigames for those worlds, but that's just in my opinion. Yeah, same with Lost City. But yeah, it seems like Chinese Edition has pretty much almost everything that you would like to see. Which is pretty interesting. It's kind of weird. Like, there's so many things you could say about Chinese Edition versus PvZ, like, 2. I actually, you know, hearing about all this, I could argue that maybe Chinese Edition really has a lot more to it than PvZ 2 itself, which is really... I feel like it's disappointing to think about. It's like, you give Chinese Edition all this special stuff, yet PvZ 2 doesn't really have it. But then again, that's just in my opinion. I don't know. PvZ 2 could have it that way, whatever. Actually, one thing I'm hoping about for PvZ 3 is that if they should definitely go... I don't know if they have it already, but they should definitely include minigames. Okay. I mean, I would imagine there's more for Chinese Edition. I'm sure Chinese Edition seems like they have it all covered. They took their time. They had their magnifying glass. They looked at PvZ 2's errors. They're like, you know what? We gotta improve this game to a T. And they're like, we'll do it. Whack is on there. Steam Ages. Yeah. That's interesting. For, like, some of the minigames you would expect to be, like, off. You know, kind of... Like, some of the minigames in Chinese Edition, sure, they're not exactly, like, what you might expect for the level, of course. But... honestly, whatever. As long as they have a good amount of minigames and it's good, I don't mind. And... oh, he didn't flip that time. Okay. I think... oh god, no. What have I just done? I just sent the bobsled team to me. No! No! Get away from me, you guys. I was wanting to see if maybe getting him further into the line does the trick. I think regardless, he could do it, right? I'm not sure. Let's see. Maybe this time I'll do it. Nope. Okay, maybe he does have to get far into the lawn to do it. I'm scared to try it now, because I just already messed up this line, and I have all the freaking bobsled teams get me. Okay, it's gone now. That didn't last very long. That's weird. Feels like it would last forever, but I guess not. Interesting. Here comes another one. Okay, this time I'm gonna risk screwing up all the plants just for this. I'm gonna put one all the way over here and see if that'll do the trick. Maybe that'll do the trick. Unless he gets obliterated right this moment. I kinda hope not. Okay, ooh, please. Nope. It didn't do it. Okay, maybe it's just by chance. Half the worlds are finished. Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's right. Because you mentioned this earlier, and it was like, yeah, because even though like there's some unique stuff about PvZ Chinese Edition, and from what you said, makes it sound like they really like did specific things but didn't do the other things. They did their homework, but yet they didn't do the rest of it in time because of other things. Which is weird. I don't know, like, maybe it was just... I don't know if PvZ Chinese developers were working on the game, like, from the ground up, or were using, like, the existing Plants vs. Zombies 2 game to kind of get it to levy itself or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's the latter. I have no idea. But, I don't know, it's pretty interesting. Okay, Okay, last zombie. If you could just freaking, you know, stop doing his thing. There you go. Finish him off, Squash. There we go. Now we got Torchwood. Pretty important plant, I would say. God, 175 sun. I forgot. How many sun does Torchwood have in PvZ2? Actually, some of these plants in this game have different sun cost in the second game. Obviously, of course. Because of how much microtransactions. Dear God. I mean, nowadays, PvZ2, you know, whatever. They have kind of controlled it. I mean, yeah, you still have microtransactions in the game nowadays with the premium plants. But for, like, plants shortly after modern day, things changed. They started becoming more like premium plants you can get, but you have to labor your freaking hours on it. And it's like, goodness me, it takes forever to, like, get far into it. Oh god, the freaking dolphin zombie's here. So you don't know what you're clicking on. Dear God, yeah. If it's all in Chinese, yeah, good luck, buddy. Because, you're just gonna have to figure out which button's which. And that does... like, that does suck. Okay, you know what? We don't need Spikeweed on this one. We could do without him. Because Zomboni's not here unless he just freaking appears out of nowhere. I'd like, imagine, though. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get an extra seat slot soon. Actually, I have the money, don't I? $5,260. But I feel like I want to save that money for later, but... the only money I feel like I can use it for is... definitely for that. But yeah. Alright. But it takes years or maybe even decades. When you're saying that, that does sound pretty insane. I mean, for PvZ2, like, you could probably get it in not one swing, but like, the whole, like, arena event. But you have to take a lot of your time and effort. You have to throw away all your, like, life stuff just for this. Which really goes to show you how much PvZ2 has gotten so far. It's definitely a game that's really changed a lot of ways. Like, it's not where you could just get it for, like, yeah, you could spend a little bit of time getting this plant, earning it, but, like, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of your time away. And I'm a busy man. I don't have much time to do any other things, so... you know, I don't know. Then again, I do have free time, but, you know, whatever. I don't know, I guess that's basically why I stopped playing that game for a while. Just so many new plants. Even the newer plants I mentioned already were just like, ugh. Went from mid to great. Great to mid. Yeah, okay. I mean, if you were on the other side, I mean, whatever. But personally, like, PvZ2, like, I don't know. If they weren't adding so many plants in the game, it would have been fine. Whatever. But just the amount of people that work on the game now is a lot less than what it used to be. Which is sad, honestly. it just makes you feel bad for Plant Zombies too, in general, just because, like, it used to be so great, and then it just kind of went down the wrong side. And I don't know, it's just weird. It's unfortunate, but I don't know, it's just weird, man. But I really do wish that... I mean, there's some things I would love to see the game change on. they're probably not gonna change on. I mentioned earlier, like, last stream about the levels, like, if you could change it. Like, if you could change the level type. If you want it to be normal Plants vs. Zombies, you could make a normal Plants vs. Zombies without the levels. But if you want the levels, you could have it, whatever. But, I don't know. Plants vs. Zombies 2, man. I don't know. Which reminds me of, a game, I would say, that had kind of the opposite effect, I would say. From everyone who worked at— What the hell? Really? That's not good at all. All the people who worked on PvZ1. That's terrible. Man, I remember watching the credits, actually. The music, too. I don't know if the music's still there. If it's not even there, that's just even worse. That sucks. It's like, hey, you know, you used to be a part of this game, we're gonna get rid of you now. Uh-oh. Oh, no! My worst nightmare! Oh, he's gonna jump over this, isn't he? I'll use tank right then. I'll just put the squash there. My worst nightmare is here. Freaking dolphin zombie, but... Yeah, there was a game I was gonna mention, I mean, say what you will about it, but Angry Birds 2, I mean... It's whatever. I played it recently, and... It still holds up as a good game. I recently learned that it was available on PC, but I don't even know where or how to get it. It's not on Steam, I don't believe. I think it's on Microsoft Store. I checked that. I don't even know, like, I don't know. But Angry Birds 2, though, like, I played it some time ago. It's alright. It's still good. But what's worse about the game is the fact that the game crashes so often. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. It's sad because I would have liked to play the game more often, but it just keeps crashing. You just have to pray to God it works. I'm sure other people have had that problem as well. I'm not the only person. Yeah. I mean, in my opinion, Angry Birds 2 is alright. I like the way they had it. The Toons theme was good. The music is wonderful. I would absolutely... Like, listening to the music is wonderful. The Bamboo one, especially, in my opinion, is pretty good. It just feels very good. It feels mellow and great. But the game in general, whatever. I mean, there's so many levels to the game, obviously. And I guess at that point, they were starting to utilize games like, Candy Crush. Like, Candy Crush had the utilization where you had endless amount of levels. What felt like endless amount of levels. Angry Birds 2 kind of did the same thing. And that was the start of... start of the end, if you will. I don't know. But, like, I don't know. The problem I have with the game now is just the fact that it keeps crashing. I can't access specific things for whatever reason. I don't know why. But I've learned that, I guess, you gotta reset the game in general, which I really don't want to do, because I have all that progress, and I gotta get rid of it. And what if it doesn't work, you know? What if it still gives me the same crash? I would be pissed. I lose all my progress, and it just goes straight down the drain, all for the fact the game still doesn't even work. Still there. On mobile, yeah. For a long time, I always thought it was on mobile. Actually, fun fact, I don't know. I think when I first heard about this game, it was before the game came out. I think it was called Angry Birds Under Pigstruction or whatever. I think. Which is interesting. I don't even know how I found it that way, but I think it was before the game came out, interestingly enough. So, I learned about it, I think before the game even came out, so... Pretty cool, if you ask me. And now we got both of these suckers. I might ditch the 3... Oh, God, I'm gonna have to lose a lot of plants for this one. But yeah, I don't know. If I could find a way to get Angry Birds 2 to work on PC, I'm sure there's a way. I'm sure it's pretty easy, but... Actually, maybe I think it's on BlueStacks too, so I might check it out and see if it works on there, unless it crashes, which I don't know. I'd be mad about. What should I get rid of? What plant should I get rid of? There's a lot of good plants that I have. You know what? I'm gonna buy this. I'm buying an extra slot, because now I'm starting to think about it. Like, you know what? We got a lot of plants. A lot of plants we desperately need. I guess we'll just... Yeah, we'll go with that. I love to use squash, so we'll keep them. But yeah, Angry Birds 2. I don't know. In my opinion, it's alright. If it wasn't for the crashing, I would give it a better ranking. But, you know, whatever. But, yeah. I don't know. I guess while I'm talking about Angry Birds, you know. Angry Birds, it's funny too, like when Rovio got rid of all of those games, the only game that was left from the, whole, like, deletion was, like, Angry Birds Friends, which is kind of funny. And also, hello again, by the way. But yeah, I don't know, we're just talking about Angry Birds. But yeah, Angry Birds, Friends. I don't know why, but it was really, like... It was really the only game that was, like, that survived that whole thing. That whole ordeal when Rovio got rid of all that stuff. But, it's weird because, I don't know, I mean, it makes sense why they still have it. But it makes them feel even worse if their theory was just because they had an outdated engine. Goat Simulator? You know, actually, I've seen videos of it before. I don't know, maybe I might check it out. The only OG Angry Birds game, yeah, practically. Not including Bad Piggies, which actually Bad Piggies did get removed at one point, but then they brought that back. I think in January. January 2020, I believe. I think it was because people really loved that game, or maybe it was because they were working on a sequel to the game. And they're like, you know what? If we get rid of Bad Piggies, what are they gonna think if Bad Piggies 2 came out and they're not able to do the first game, you know? I mean, some games have it their way, but I don't know the whole reason why they did that. But yeah, Angry Birds... I mean, it makes sense why Angry Birds Friends is still around. It's simply because it's a game for Facebook. If you know me, Facebook... Ugh. I mean, for a long time, I've been a staunch, like, anti-supporter or whatever with it, but not everything PlayStation does is, like, terrible, but... For PlayStation. Did I say PlayStation? Facebook. Meta. Whatever. But that might be a very bold take. I don't know. Actually, there's a lot of things I could say about Facebook. It's not good, honestly. But it was for Facebook. I think it's still for Facebook. Who's gonna play Angry Birds Transformers? God, I played Angry Birds Transformers one time, like a long time ago. I don't think they have that game anymore. I think it's because of licensing. But like, Angry Birds Transformers... It's alright. I think the reason I never played it the first time, because it took me a while to get to that game. I think it was just the fact that I didn't really care about it. I'm not a big fan of Transformers, and that might be a bold take to some of you guys that like Transformers, but... I was like, I don't know. But eventually I was like, you know what, I'll play the game and check it out. It's whatever. I think it's similar to... Angry Birds... Fight. Or... No, Angry Birds Epic, not Fight. The wrong game. What's the worst game you've played? Whew. There's a lot of games I played in the past. I can't say which one's the worst, honestly. There was a lot of bad games I played in the past. Maybe not a lot. I try to avoid some of them. I can't... Oh, man. Because I know... I mean, maybe even on this channel I've had some games where it was like... What is this game even? You know? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Okay, this might be a very, very bold take. And some of you guys might hate me for this, but... Security Breach is like... I don't know. I wouldn't say it's the worst FNAF game. I think it was alright. But going through that game, playing through that game, making it a series, it was pretty painful. My story, just, good God. Thinking about it, it's just like, good lord, how did I get through that series in the first place? I mean, at first when I played the game, it was pretty fun. But then after a while, there was the Nightbots. You had the frickin' Nightbots. You had all the stuff. And let's not get started with the coincidental recording problems I had. I had so many recording issues playing the game. It was awful. Absolutely terrible. I literally died going through those videos. It was horrible. I just didn't have a lot of fun doing them. And truth be told, like, when I was making these videos, I just didn't have a lot of fun doing it. I felt a sense of, like, agony doing it. But I was like, you know what? A job has to be done, because I've already done it. I might as well finish the rest of it, right? At least Security Breach Ruin was at least a step up. It was maybe not, I mean, I wouldn't say it was way ahead better, but it was at least better than what Security Breach had. But yeah, I don't know. FNAF Security Breach, not a game I prefer to play again, honestly. You know, I said to myself, I think I even said it in the video, like, I don't know, it'll probably be a while until I get back to playing that game. Just because of how stressful it was. And yeah, I only did like 2 of the 6 endings of that game. But, God, I don't know if I want to go through the rest of them. I mean, maybe some of them are entertaining than others, but like, 2 endings is good enough for me. You know, I did the one where I left the building, and then of course the other one I did was with the true ending, if you will. Maybe the true ending, I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's the true ending from what I've known, from what I've gathered a little bit. Where you have to deal with the scrap trap. I like how just Squash squishes even though the zombie's dead already. At least he's nerfed in the second game with that, but... yeah, I only did 2 of the 6 endings. I think, yeah, there is 6 endings in the game if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know if I want to go through all that. Again, maybe someday. I've thought about streaming it again, or not again, but streaming it. Just to, you know, replay it. But that might be for the later days, months, years, I don't even know. Like sometime later. Oh, there we go. Got in time. But yeah, I don't know. But I definitely do look forward to the 10th anniversary of FNAF, because there's a lot of stuff that's gonna happen during that anniversary. I think Scott even mentioned like a short list of games and stuff that are gonna be going around that time. Oh yeah, I just remembered. Like a couple weeks ago, I mean, if you guys haven't noticed, like, and apparently I recently learned about this like a week later, like, FNAF VR, or not FNAF VR, FNAF AR is like shutting down soon. And I was like, what? I don't know how many active users play that game, but I would imagine it's not as good as it is. Which is a shame, because, I mean, even though I have FNAF AR, I've played a bit of it. It's a decent game. I have complained a bit about it before, but it's not the worst game, I would say. But I don't know, FNAF AR, in my opinion, I feel sad that it's gonna be shutting down soon. Maybe a little sad, I don't know. Just like what happened with Minecraft Earth. I don't even know why a lot of the mobile games, like AR games, nowadays are just deciding to leave. Like, the only dominant AR game that's on mobile is, like, Pokemon Go, and it gets, like, quite a bit of players here and there, but I don't know, it's just a shame, I feel like. But yeah, but I am definitely looking forward to, checking out those, FNAF games when that day, for the anniversary, because what I've heard, there was a couple FNAF games that were announced. There was one based off the book. And then there was the other one that accidentally released... Ooh, a diamond. Cool. There was one that released accidentally. What's my favorite animatronic FNAF? I would definitely say Springtrap. Springtrap is a pretty good animatronic in my opinion. I always loved him anyway. Especially his dark backstory. He has a very unique story, unlike most other animatronics. I mean, Gold Freddy has a unique backstory as well, but Springtrap, in my opinion, is a pretty good animatronic. He's just the right kind of character for some kind of... for the series, of course. And I think that's pretty good, but yeah. But yeah, I definitely look forward to seeing those games. But yeah, the game that actually released, it was on Roblox. It was a very interesting story. Like, the game actually was leaked. And it wasn't, like, from any, like, anonymous person. It was just the fact that the developers thought that Scott said, hey, you should release the game now. And they were like, okay. Like, no hesitation, they released it, with it being very unfinished. And then hours later, they took the game down, because, obviously, it wasn't finished. But that's one of the games that's planning to come out. I'm looking forward to checking that out. Because I think, from what I've seen, it seems like an interesting game. It looks similar to FNAF AR, actually. But yeah. We are almost at the ultimate battle. I'm boasted for this. I'm ready. Pool, in my opinion, one of the best ultimate battle ones for this section. Alright. Did I ever use Torchwood? I don't think I did. Okay, this sucker is getting through me. Through me. Good. Yeah, definitely going through me right now, like a ghost. Get rid of you. And there you go, we got a note now. Beautiful. But yeah, alright. What's the letter say? Hello, we heard you were having a pool party. We think that is fun. We'll be right over. Sincerely, the zombies. Oh yeah, we're certainly gonna have a pool party in this one. Definitely. Holy crap, I just realized I've been streaming for like 2 hours. I just noticed that. Good God, I thought it man. I didn't realize how long this was gonna be. I guess, to be fair, I didn't really realize how long this stream was gonna be. I severely underestimated how long this stream was gonna be, guys. I thought it was gonna be like an hour and a half apiece. My God. But I guess that's because there was an extra flag in here. And that's, yeah, that's how I knew, I guess. Or that's how I knew. That's how I know now, of course. Alright. But yeah, this shouldn't be too bad. I mean, if we could get through this, we'll be golden, of course. You know, speaking of golden, actually. Yeah. Just remembering about that one FNAF fan game that I used to love as a kid. Even though it's pretty bad. You know, like, the Return to Freddy's is what I'm talking about. That game. You guys remember that game? If you've been in the FNAF fan game universe, you probably know what I'm talking about. But it was like... it was a pretty interesting series. It was like one of the first FNAF fan games to come out at the time. Maybe a little late, but... I mean, it came out like a Christmas Eve, I believe, of 2014. So it was like months after FNAF 1 came out, which is crazy. But... God. When the game first came out, it wasn't even called The Return to Freddy. It was just Five Nights at Freddy's 3. But then the developer got a complaint from Scott himself. He was like, okay, I'll change it to Fan-Made or something like that. And then he changed it to Return to Freddy's. It's a very interesting story. But yeah. Sooner or later, this whole level is gonna be, like, filled with repeaters. It's gonna be a mess. And you know what? That's That's exactly what's gonna happen. I mean, 3 Peter, I would say, definitely one of the better plans. Yeah, he's very expensive, but I think his sunk cost of this game is like $325. PvZ2, it's like 300 or something like that. Actually, what is the most expensive plan in PvZ2? I don't know if I already mentioned that. I don't know. I think it's... Is it Banana Launcher, I think? I don't know. Yeah, why is it always the launcher plants that are like the most expensive ones? Kind of weird, actually. Kind of ironic. Cobb Cannon, I don't know, is the most, like, he is definitely up there as, like, the most expensive sunk cost. But Banana Launcher, really expensive plan. I mean, not including the premium plans or whatever. I'm sure there's one, maybe a couple in there that have, like, a lot of sunk cost. And, you know, speaking of sunk cost, actually. The freaking, yeah, I've heard about that, popular, belief, which is, I would imagine, true. Like, Scott was afraid of Bonnie. He had nightmares of it. I think that's what, somebody tried to utilize. Or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe I'm thinking that differently. Like, something about joint creation with Bonnie. I don't know. But yeah, Bonnie was like... This was like an interesting story Scott had. He was afraid of Bonnie. He had a nightmare about it. It's a very interesting story. I'm not exactly sure if this was before... I think this was when... If I am not mistaken, I think this was when he, like, first conceptualized him. He was like, you know what, I'll make Bonnie, because he's scary and creepy. And he certainly embraced it a little bit in the game, actually. You know, sometimes he has, like, by chance, when you look at the parts and service camera, his whole, like, just looks close up at you. And there's even a rare screen in the game, like, by chance, Bonnie will show up and there's literally no noise for it. Alright, see you later, man. But yeah, there's, like, no noise that he has, and it's like, it's really disturbing. But yeah, Bonnie has a very interesting story. Similar to Foxy, actually. Scott made Foxy on the road, I believe. Like when he was on a trip or something like that. And he was like developing Foxy, and that's why his model is the way it is. Which I think is pretty interesting. Damn, Zomboni's crushing my freaking, Good lord, so many coins. This is why I love Pool in Ultimate Battle, because you get so many coins. It's just coin fest after coin fest. It's amazing. You gotta love it. But yeah. I feel like there was a point in the stream that I might have missed it, where Zomboni flipped over. I want to catch that. For whatever odd reason, I still want to catch that. Just like the freaking, mince wrap thing. Speaking of mince wrapped, actually. You know, have you ever had the urge to just check Minecraft, and every single time you open up Minecraft, you just look for mince wrap? That's what I did basically all the time back then. I mean, I still kind of do it, but I forget about it every time. But I guess they don't even have that in there anymore for whatever reason, which is weird. Don't know why. I think it's because they changed the logo, and I guess they got lazy and decided not to have it or something like that. I don't know. But it was a time when Minecraft had it. Maybe they still have it. I don't even know. But yeah, and we did it! The pool level is officially beaten. Thank goodness. And, oh god. I mean, we got Sea Shroom now. That's amazing. Cool. But... God, this stream has been going on for so long. Okay, you know what? Foxy is also the most loved character in FNAF. Yeah, a lot of people really appreciate him. I think even Fusion is a gamer. You know, he himself had Foxy on his avatar, so that's pretty interesting. And now we got minigames. I forgot we have that. But yeah, I think I'll end it here because we got quite far. I feel like part 3, when we get to it, we'll hopefully get through the fog section. Maybe I'll get through the roof section, and maybe we'll beat this game. I really hope so, because if not, I'll be disappointed. But first, before we do that, let's check the almanac. So we got a zombie that we'll encounter soon, the frickin' Jack-in-the-Box zombie. Ugh. What? Okay. That dude is gonna be a sucker. And then we got Sea Shroom, we'll deal with him later. The plant that's gonna be coming up in Plant Zombies too, by the way. That's gonna be interesting. But yeah. Yeah, I'll end the stream here, since the stream is going on for quite some time. I didn't expect it to go for this long. I thought it was gonna be an hour and a half, but... Dear lord, it's 2 hours now, and, it's way past due. I feel like it's almost midnight. But, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, by the way. And, I don't know if I'll be streaming next weekend. Maybe. Maybe the week after that, the weekend after that. And maybe when I do the next stream, I'll probably finish off the rest of this game. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this stream. And also, yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully I'll do more, and hopefully finish this game. Because it seems like we're already getting far, and I really want to see how this, ends up. I mean, I already know how this is going to end up. We're going to meet with the frickin' Zombust guy, and, you know, insert zombie on your lawn music, but, yeah, we'll get there eventually, though, hopefully. Actually, hopefully I don't get copyright, because apparently last stream I got copyright claim for that. For Loon Moon, for whatever reason. I don't know. But anyway, enough of me rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching the stream. I'll catch you guys... Oh, wait. And I'll catch you guys... Another one. I forgot to say and. Yeah.